Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you're all doing really well, and thank you for those who have been following my tarot sessions regarding especially this session with oh my god, I have to blow this out of the way, especially the tarot reading that I did with Summer Wells regarding her last night. I did an energy check-in, so if you haven't seen part 1, I suggest you go and watch that first, just so it makes a bit more sense with the storyline as to what might come through tonight. I did look into Candace, her grandmother, Hunter and Summer, and the boys' energy yesterday. And tonight I'm looking at Donald's, and also we're going to look at some cards that might give us an idea of where Summer might be, what might be around her location, as well as some other information regarding, you know, what has happened to her, what injuries might she have had, things like that, and any other messages that come up as well. So I just watched, was it today? I can't remember now. I think it was today that I watched the new interview that Chris McDonald had done with Candace at her house. And I need to watch it again because I was half asleep when I did watch it. But I was quite interested in the basement area. Going down towards the basement area is quite interesting, you know, how it's such a small space. I didn't get a very good vibe down there at all, in Summer's bedroom especially. And also, when they went outside and he was filming, you know, Chris was filming all around the whole property, there was this shed, and he made mention of it to Candace, and I think he asked if he could go see in there or something along those lines, and she said no. And she seemed very uneasy about the fact that he wanted to go in the shed. She said that's Don's shed and it's got all his tools in there and it's just, you know, really messy. And I'm thinking, well, your house is messy, you know, and the yard is messy. What is going into a small shed and having a look going to make any difference, really? So that brought red flags up for me. Like, seriously, what is that about? I mean, is there evidence in the shed? I don't believe Summer's in the shed, but it's funny because when I watched what Chris was saying, even before he mentioned it, I just had this sinking feeling about the shed, like it's just this sickening feeling. And then he's saying that he felt that sinking feeling and that he felt that Donald was actually home that day, or somebody was there. He thought they might have been hiding in the shed. So I'm going to rewatch it later. But yeah, it's pretty creepy in that way. But yes, we're going to get started, okay? So I'm going to start off with some cards for Donald. I've called in my spirit team. I've called in Summer's spirit guides and spirit team. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you, Spirit. So we're going to have a look at what's going on with Donald's energy, please. Donald's energy. On the day of that Summer disappeared, what was his energy, please? Donald's energy. Frozen. Silence, stillness, no words, okay? And farewells, goodbyes, finality, and closure. So he froze over. Something froze over for him. I'm thinking this is when it happened, obviously, because there's a farewell here, and we see the black crows, which can represent death. It's a final goodbye. It's he shut down and went silent. He had no words. Was he in shock? You know, what's happened with that? So let's have another look. What was his shadow energy that day? What was Donald's? Whoops. What was his shadow energy that day, please? What was his shadow energy that day, please? Cold. Oh my god, because look at this, frozen. You're cold, aren't you? You're like frozen cold. Like he went cold. He went numb and cold. Yeah, wow. Okay, I suppose you would, wouldn't you? If he's innocent and you realized, you'd be quite shocked. Gossip and addictions. That's interesting because we had gossip come up around Summer's energy last night, and we also had addictions coming up around the grandmother. So was there talk about some kind of substance abuse, you know, that might have been involved here? Was he talking about it? I want to get one more. Okay, there's a few. So we got destruction. So he went into destruction mode. Drunk and empty. Okay, so he was self-destructive. He started drinking. So he might have lied when he said he didn't start drinking until whenever, but he was empty. Empty inside. So it has caused this feeling of him shutting down and becoming cold. There's been talks, maybe he's asked questions about it, or there's just been a discussion about this addiction, whatever the addiction was. It could be his own addiction. Destructive and drunk and empty. So interesting. So let's have a look at the positive attributes, because everybody's got a light and a shadow side. Let's see what he might have been feeling on the day, positively, on the day before this happened. Introverted and awakened to something. So something came to light within him that day before it happened, perhaps. Healing. So was he healing from addictions or something? You know, was he healing his heart? There could be something that he's trying to get over and has his own challenges with. It's interesting. So then we'll get one of these. For Donald's energy, please, that day. We got the Lord. Interesting, because last night in the tarot, for Hunter's energy, the lady came up, which was Candace, because the lady is the Empress, which represents the mother. And this is what you'd call the father of the card. So this is definitely his energy, the father. And we see this stag, like antlers on this person, and we see a rabbit and a badger and a stag there, or a deer. And this is out in the woods, in the bush, in a cloak. Kind of looks like he's maybe hiding away. Maybe he disposed of her, guys. That could be. Doesn't have to be. What was the other one? Resolution. 3 of Cups. A resolution has come about. So there's that finality and closure, saying goodbye. And there's the working out, you know, becoming awakened maybe even at that time. Doesn't have to be necessarily before it all happened, but becoming awakened to what needs to be done perhaps in this situation. A resolution came about. This is where we need to go, and this is where I need to do this. It could be, I'm not saying it entirely like is him that did it, but I wonder with this card, you know, did he go off into the bush somewhere and take Summer there, and that's resolved now type thing. And that would explain too why he became introverted and is needing healing, you know, because it seems like this was a shock to him in some ways with that Frozen card, the cold card. I do want to see what else comes up with this. Okay, so, and there's like outdoor meadow kind of greenery. Once again, the greenery could have like these. Yeah, so there could be a lake nearby where she is, because I don't know if it snows over there. I'm a little bit naive with that stuff, being in Australia, but it could be somewhere near a lake as well. So I did want to see some questions about where she might be, or what she might be around, okay? What might Summer be around in her location, please? And also, just to tell you, this could be drinking with the 3 cups. So 3 of them might have been drinking. 3 main people might have been drinking. I mean, you'd want to, I'd bloody drink, I tell you now. I would be drinking. I'd be doing everything to knock myself out. I wouldn't want to know about what happened. So let's see, okay. What is Summer near, please? What is she near, please, Spirit? A boat? A ship? So to me, it's a boat. So it's what am I looking at with that? Once again, it reminds me of cargo, but I do feel like maybe she's near like a big body of water. There's a heart there, so I was thinking of the words home is where the heart is type thing, but I don't feel she's at her home. I just don't get that idea. I think that they travelled away from the home. Where else? Can we get some other ideas, please? Or whatever we need to know about the connection, even if it's not an environmental kind of card. Can we just get some other ideas, please? Flowers are near her. Could be tulips, could be roses. Could be a very pretty place around her, because I saw that, well, the word pretty stream came through last time, and I'm thinking it's a very beautiful little place that she's at. There's flowers that do, beautiful flowers that blossom there. Might be near the water. The star. So the star is going to be the guiding light. I feel like we're going to be guided, or, you know, law enforcement are going to be guided to where she is. The star's shining. And we got, oh my God, guys. I forgot this card was in my deck. How many times has the snake come up now? How many times? I don't know if you saw not just part one of this series here, but before that I did a major tarot reading, and the snakes kept coming up in the pictures. And last night it came up again, and it's come up again. Now, it can be someone in the family, or it could be somebody who you think are your friends. They're really like a enemy. It could also be being a Queen of Clubs. It could be a female, okay? Because in this particular deck, it does represent a female. So someone who might have gone behind their back, and like it says, false friends here too, lies and secrets. It's just interesting. This keeps coming up, and someone said that someone has a snake tattoo. I think it might have been Candace. Has a snake tattoo. Oh my God, guys. Quick ending, the unexpected, accidents. I feel this was an accident, even though this, you know, this kind of energy makes you think, well, that doesn't look like an accident. But I think someone's manipulated the situation, okay? I do feel with Summer, I do feel there was an accident. But I think this person is manipulating things behind the scenes. But look at that. It does absolutely show the scythe, which is the death. You know, it's the death card. Is there anything else we can learn from this, please, Spirit? Whoop. I was going to say one more card, and it's flown out on the ground. Pathways, walking, solutions, decisions. Look at the forest there, the woods. We've got 2 roads we can go down. So there might be a fork in the road leading to where she is. It could look like this. Excuse me. Because they're kind of like narrow roads too. They're not like your main roads. They're kind of like little, well, not dirt roads, but they look like, you know, out in the bush somewhere, out in the woods. So it might be a very remote area that she's in, that not many people drive down that area. So let me see. Okay, so I'm going to, what was I going to do here? Got to get my bearings. Yes. So these, I've got some other cards that I shuffled on and got so many different decks, and I think there's 3 different decks in this one. Anything else you can tell us, please, Spirit? Rain, purification. So we got a little stream there. Look at that. A little one. That's what I saw. I didn't see this huge body of water. I mean, you know, it's interesting because that shows that there could be, but I can see like green, like heaps of green, heaps of trees, and a small stream like this. And we did see also in one of the last readings that there was also like dead trees. So even though there's so much greenery, there's also like dead trees with branches and that maybe need to be cut down for firewood or something. Yeah. Could be a very damp place, being the rain. You know, could be someone that's very lush and green and beautiful with the rain there. Oh, is that something? Oh, look at that. There is a big body of water right behind this. So maybe there's a small stream that leads to a big body of water. I don't know. Oh, gosh. There's sunflowers. Well, they look like sunflowers. There's a meadow, okay? There's a meadow there. So she might be near purple and yellow flowers. Vulnerability is an interesting word, but she might be left out near the elements. Even though I see that she's hidden away, this is also somewhere that she might be near. So it could be that there's a beautiful meadow not far from where she is. And we got solitude, like an island. Now, this is so damn weird because when I was on the maps, I saw all these things on there saying island. So there's different islands or something. So if you're in the area, you might understand what this means. So has she been taken somewhere? Solitude, see, somewhere where no one really goes to. I mean, it could be a literal island. It could just be an area that's really just so remote. Like, once again, near water. She's near water. I really do feel she's near water. Can I get another energy? Another one, please. So, submerged. Oh my gosh. I wonder if she's in water. Like she's maybe partly in water. Interesting with the ice again and that kind of like snow ice. But that's interesting, guys. It's saying submerged. So I don't know. I don't feel like she's completely in water. I've always felt she's buried. But is she partly submerged in something? It might not be water, but she's partly submerged in something here. Could be like a rock, because these are like big rocks, you know, the ice are huge, hard things. So it could be that she's been placed in between or under something, because I still saw that slab of rock. I keep seeing that. And we've got the wolf instinct. Once again, it looks like snow, pine trees, mountains, water, and a wolf. So it could be seen as a coyote type thing. So she might be out in the elements amongst, you know, in a very rural, solitary place, a place of solitude. What am I trying to say? She's out there. She's out, you know, in the like she's somewhere where there's not many people that go there. And also you know, I hate to say it, but maybe, I hope not. I don't want her left to the elements where the wolves do get her, you know, because that's why I thought it didn't make sense to me that she'd be anywhere near her property, because there's, you know, there's dogs and stuff there and they would dig her up and things like that. So I can't imagine that she would be anywhere near the house. So she's been taken in a car. Rebirth. So this is all about spring, and it's about things flowering and becoming beautiful and bountiful. And there might be rabbits or hares in the meadows. You know, we saw the meadow before. So it's a very lush, beautiful area. And so in spring, it probably just flowers so beautifully amongst the trees. Especially if it's that damp type of place. Yeah, she's amongst the trees and the bushes there. Okay, so Green Man is all about the outdoors. It's nature. She's definitely out amongst the greenery. Yeah. So I don't think she's... Now, what's this one? So this says the loving man. So I look further into the meaning. So we see a pathway and we see all the pine trees and mountains and the valleys. And it kind of just shows like, you know, some kind of a landscape that could be relevant to it as well. And we've got here fear. So we see this cathedral or some kind of really big architecture. So I don't know what that is. You could see it as a palace, a cathedral, a church, or just some kind of building that might look like this. It could be abandoned. Just thinking, and there's also like these kind of cliff-like things and the ocean there. So this could also be signposts along the way to her too, okay? So it could all be around her, but it could also be signposts leading to her. So we've got ebb and flow, which is the ocean. So to me, she could be near salt water. I don't know so much about that. But yeah, horses, guys. Oh my God. What did I say? It kept coming up. Horses as well. And what's near that place she was at, the Warrior State Park, were horses and stables and things. So she's out near a paddock. Now I'm pretty sure at one stage, and I don't know if it was in this one, but I remember thinking she was near a farm. Because that's right, because the fruit trees and stuff were coming up. There was stuff about fruit. So this is very interesting about the horses in the paddock. See how it's open land, but there might be somewhere that she's out, somewhere rural, that's like a meadow, a beautiful meadow, and then there's that other area with trees and a stream and things like that. And then we've also got blossoming abundance. So this place blossoms so beautifully in spring, like it really is so lush. There's canopies of things. You see lots of pretty flowers. It's just a beautiful area. It's hard to do this when there's not so many in there. So can we get an idea, please, Spirit, what might be near her? Okay, there could be a cliff face, like some kind of drop around her as well. And foxes are around her, so I suppose they're everywhere, aren't they? I don't know what they're like over there. We've got swans here with water, so there could be some swans, because I do see a waterway around her. So there could be an open, land of, like, what am I saying? A body of water that has like the ducks and the geese and the swans come in, and it could be around there somewhere as well. Okay, that she's near. Look, serenity in nature. There's waterfalls, so there might be small waterfalls around her. They don't have to necessarily be a huge landmark where people go to, but it could be like waterfalls in a stream. Okay, and we've got the peace lilies. So interesting, peace and forgiveness is coming up around that. Could be a church around where she is too. I'm thinking of the forgiveness card. And we've got the bridge, because that was what we said about in the spirit session. A bridge came up, so maybe the bridge is to do with that body of water there, with the geese and the ducks and the swans and everything I'm seeing there. I feel like I've got to choose one more. So weave your magic. So basically this is a spiritual place too that's near her. I do feel like there's a church near her. Yes, there is. I feel that near that place that she's at. What else am I doing here? Yes, so now I want to... Gosh, this bloody thing's happening. So now what I want to do, excuse me, is focus on... so we've got some ideas of where she might be near, okay? It's not going to give us everything, but I definitely feel that it's a very beautiful place, and I feel like it's very rural. She's been hidden, she's been buried, but I see that she's also maybe submerged. Maybe it's very damp where she is, so maybe her remains are in a very lush, damp, wet area. I'm wondering if there's I don't know if it's a swamp. I wouldn't call it a swamp. But it's just, maybe there's like big reeds and stuff around her as well there. Geese, I keep seeing geese as well. So that's strange. I don't know why that's coming up so much like that. But it is really a beautiful place. I want to, once again, the heart can represent weddings, churches, things like that as well. I just want to suss out what part of her might have been injured, all right, because I did feel a head trauma. We just want to kind of understand also what might have happened to this poor little girl. because the star signs in these can let us know as well. I want to put more focus in that, please. So can we get an idea, please, as to what Summer might have endured there? We've got the moon, secrets and delusions. Very interesting. And this is the Pisces energy, but I feel it's more Cancer. So it's interesting it's Pisces, but I do feel it's Cancer because the moon rules Cancer. Or Cancer rules the moon. And the Cancer, because I've written some stuff down here, is all to do with the chest, breast, stomach and diaphragm. Okay, so there could have been something that's affected her digestive system. Oh no, sorry, that's the Virgo one. The Cancer is the chest, breast, stomach. So there's something perhaps that's maybe been pressure on her chest, her stomach as well. And her name was Summer Moon too. We've also got Saturn in Leo, and we've also got Jupiter in Libra. Now Libra is all to do with, what's it say here, because I've forgotten, kidneys, skin, lower back and buttocks. And we've also got Leo. Interesting how we're seeing these conflict and competition too. It's all about the heart, the spine, the spinal column and the upper back. So she could have had quite like injuries to all parts of her, like her chest, her stomach, her back. Yeah, I mean, this is really, I feel that head's is like a significant thing, but it's showing me that, oops, there's Cancer again, and we've got Saturn, which is Capricorn, and Saturn is Capricorn, which is all about the knees, and the joints, and Cancer, once again, is the, oh, I dropped my book here. Cancer is all about the chest, breast, stomach, and the Libra is all about kidneys, skin, lower back. Okay, so something could have happened with her skin or her lower back. And there's also this Leo, which is the heart, spine, spinal column, upper back. And then you've got the World, which is journey completed. Like, it's interesting, I'm reading the messages as well here, but that's all about the knees, joints, skeletal system and teeth. So it's not really telling us much specifically, but I just wanted to pull out some just to sort of get an idea what might have happened to her there as well. Got Virgo. So Virgo is all about the abdomen, it's the digestive system, and the intestines and the spleen. So we're kind of looking at the whole body here, aren't we? I'm not sure it's really giving us any specifics really here. We've got the Capricorn again. So it's interesting because if I see, you know, the knees and the joints, was it the knees and the joints and the skeletal system and the teeth? There's two lots of those, and there's two lots that are saying chest, breast, stomach and diaphragm. So it's just interesting to see what might have been happening with her. We've also got Aries, which is the head, and Aquarius, which is also the calves, ankles, shins, circulatory system. So I don't think we're actually getting anything. I don't feel like it's pointing to anything specifically with just pulling all these out. I just wanted to try it just to see, because I haven't done this before with these particular, you know, format and cards, etc. But I just wanted to see if there was anything that could kind of give us some idea. Was she hurt anywhere by somebody? Can we see if there's been an injury by someone else? Where was it? So we've got the Nine of Pisces. So it could have been feet. Feet could be an issue. Might have had some injuries to her feet and her toes or lymphatic system. So she was absorbing toxic energy. That's something. And we've also got Pisces again. Very interesting. So I'm not reading the meanings on these cards so much. It's just because of the cards that I created, they have specific star signs on there. That's why I really wanted to pull them out. But it's interesting, twice now it's saying toes, feet, lymphatic system. There was something around that perhaps. We've got Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, and we've also got the Sun, which is Leo. So that's really interesting. That could be, what was the Leo again? The Leo was the heart, spine, spinal column, and upper back. So that's interesting. And now we've got, can we get one more please, just to sort of get an idea what's going on. So we've also got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay, now I just want to ask some more questions. I'm just not feeling it really strongly with those particular cards for some reason. Well, maybe just not meant to know, maybe. New moon in Leo. Once again, the heart, spinal column, I think that was what it was. I'm trying to remember them all now. We've got the full moon in Libra. So Libra comes up a lot. Taurus, which is the throat and the neck. Libra is the full moon in Aries. So we've got the head and the neck together and the throat there. Okay. And we've got the kidneys, skin, lower back and buttocks right there. And we've also got with Leo, the heart, spine, spinal column, upper back. I feel like the top half of her body mostly, that's just what I'm getting intuitively, really did suffer. Like from her head down to her waist, pelvis, I should say. Full moon in Scorpio is the reproductive organs. It's the sex organs, it's the genitals. What else is it? I think that's basically it. The nose for some reason, and blood and bowels. So that's an interesting one. And then we've got Scorpio again. And then we've got Pisces, okay? So Pisces has come up quite a few times. Pisces is a feet. So I don't know, take it as it resonates, how you resonate with it, because it's really kind of, maybe in a sad way, maybe there was, you know, she was injured all over, you know, we just don't know what happened exactly to her. She might have been injured all over. And some might have been worse than others. Yeah. So, is there anything else I can learn today, please, Spirit, before we pack this up? Can we get some ideas of where she might be, you know, what was I going to say with that? No, when she might be found. Can we get some ideas as to when she might be found? What date, or what star sign will tell us what date? You know, this may not even be accurate at all, but we'll just see. So can we get a date, please, like a time frame as to when she might be found, please? Full moon in Gemini. Well, that's not good because Gemini has already been. Oh, no, hang on. That's a full moon, not a new moon. Let me check that out. I'm going to put it in the description box below because I don't have it in front of me now. But the full moon in Gemini could be any time. So it says the answers you need are coming. And we've also got full moon in Capricorn. So full moon in Taurus. Okay, so the end of a tough cycle approaches. Your dreams need a practical plan. And another Taurus one. But the new moon in Taurus has already been. That would have been around April. One more, please. Full moon in Scorpio. So I'm going to check them out. I'm going to go online and check out when all of these are occurring this year, because they might give us a time frame between like 3 months or something. Wow. I'm going to put that back in, put my energy back in it, intention. So when will she be found, please? What can you tell us? Way too many. So what can you tell us, please, about summer and when she could be found, please? So we've got, wow, the moon again, Pisces, but I still see it as Cancer. And we've had Cancer season just come by, but Pisces is also coming up in, when was it again? February. I think it's January, February, if I remember. Or is it, no, February, March, sorry. Virgo, which is September. I think it's August and September, isn't it? So I'm going to have a look at those things, because it would be interesting if some of these full moons actually land on these kind of dates here. You know, I'm going to grab... Yeah, I want to know. So can you tell us who was the main person involved, please, in Summer's disappearance? And the silly me, I meant to get all their date of births, but I don't know if I can find it. But it'll be interesting to know what each of them are with their star signs. So I'll have to look into that one, I think. So can you please give us an idea as to who is responsible mostly for Summer's disappearance, please? The Chariot is Cancer, charging forward. 2 people, 2 horses, 2 people. It's also a vehicle. And we've got the Star, which is Aquarius, so heart full of hope. Yeah, we're going to be guided to who it is. It's going to be illuminated soon, I feel. Excuse me, I'm choking on that sage. Indulgence, Mars in Virgo. Drinking. Got all the fruit there again. So there's something about fruit. Don't know what it is about that. New journey. Uranus, little girl on her new journey now into the afterlife. Is there anything else you can give me, please? I want to see the mother-father cards or some other court cards. We've got overburdened. What else have we got? I'm just waiting for one of them to come up. Inner reflection, hermit. So we got the hermit. Happy home. So someone is being a hermit at home. Once again, we've got fruit and drinking. We've got the death card, transformation, possessiveness. The devil. The emperor. Now this is the father, guys. So I know a lot of you are saying Don is responsible. And he could well be. He could well be the person we need to look at. But the Emperor is also a businessman. Someone who wants to be the provider and protect the family. But it's interesting what we've just asked is who's the main person responsible, and the father card comes up. This says lured. So it's interesting though, because they did use the word lured. Could this be another male, you know, who is a father? Think outside the box there too. But yeah, I just don't get that idea that she was lured. But it's interesting that this is also addictions, by the way. The devil is all about addictions. Yeah, I get the male energy here very strongly, which is very different to what I've been feeling about Candace and everything. Like, always have felt that she knows more, that she's played a big part in it. But you know what? There could definitely be Donald's energy in this. Okay. Yeah, it's just interesting because I feel like he's really become an introvert, like a recluse. Maybe started drinking again, because that's come up a few times. And that he knows a lot more, but I just have always felt that, I don't know why, but I've always felt that Candace knows more and that she's hiding something from him. So you know what, sometimes my messages, I do cross message. What that means is that I can become confused with messages because I do feel like she's hiding something from him. But it could be a love affair. It could be something else. It might not be about Summer. So that's where I've got to kind of like think, you know, I'm going to keep my mind open because, you know, I'm listening to a lot of what you say too, guys, about, you know, it could be Don because he's this and he's that. And I haven't really fully made up my mind on it. And I don't want to go with a certain narrative and be stuck with that. I like to be able to look at everything from all angles. And I've got my certain strong gut instincts with things. But I mean, this is a case that is confusing in many ways. I mean, I do feel like he's responsible for a lot. I feel he might have even been the one who disposed of her body. Gosh. Or another male, because there's been a male. It's a male that disposed of her, I feel. And there could have been a female accompanying the male, but I definitely feel like a male, has gone and buried her. Has disposed of her. Yeah, look at that regret is coming through. We've got the water and we've got the drinking. So a lot of that's coming up there. Alright, so I chose some unicorn cards because fairy cards, sorry. Last night I chose the unicorns. I felt that Summer wanted to give us a message through the fairies. So let's do it. What does she want us to know? Whoops. Creative expression. I feel like she's got her angel wings, guys. She's got her angel wings now. She's in heaven as we know it. She's got butterflies all around her. She's creatively expressing herself. It's so beautiful. And yeah, look at the rabbit, how cute. So I remember another tarot reader said she had a channeling where she saw Summer holding a white rabbit, but this is significant because I had another card that came up in a last tarot that had a rabbit. So it's very interesting if she ever had a pet rabbit, or, you know, if she's got one in spirit. She's learning not learning kindness, but she's embracing that. She's embracing kindness. She asks that we all embrace this in our lives and creatively express ourselves and don't be afraid to thrive and grow. And it's her spirit, like higher self talking, you know. It's not her 5-year-old self, but that's what spirit are telling me is what's happening with her. And also family harmony. Look at that. This is what she's praying for, is that healing and family harmony occurs. Well, you know, harmony and healing and kindness. It's almost like she wants people to be, you know, it's a weird thing to think of, but she wants people to be kind to her family, to show kindness, because they were still her tribe. Okay, so even though they weren't perfect people and there might have been some really bad things happening, they were still people that she called her own. And they've got their own lessons to learn, and they'll have to face, you know, God or whoever it is when they pass away one day. And so Judgment Day will come for them. But it's just really interesting that she really, so we see a female here, like the mother. Oh my God, there's another little child. I mean, it looks like a boy, but it could be a girl too with the short blonde hair. I feel like she's definitely with her mother. For some reason, she's really with her mother. So, you know, that could be right, that Don's the perpetrator. Look inside yourself. So she wants people to really look within themselves at their own beauty and their own ability to grow and expand in life. She was like a little fairy, you know. She was like a little fairy. Playing out in nature, it was her thing to do. Can we get one more? One more, please, and then we'll shut this reading off tonight. So, honouring your true feelings is something we need to do. There's the waterfalls and the body of water again in the green. It's very interesting. It's like she wants people to always be true to themselves, and I think she's trying to help her family as well to bring in that harmony for her brothers. You know, it's her and her spirit team. I feel what's happening here is that she's trying to get through to her mum or her dad or whoever's responsible to get them in touch with their feelings, because they've gone numb and they've shut down. And yeah, she's just really trying to get them to be connected with their feelings, with their conscience even, okay? So guys, let me know what you think. I'm so happy that you could be with me through this. No doubt there'll be more tarot readings and spirit sessions. I want to try and do one of those again. I've got uni, so I've been trying to focus on studies. So this will all be done between studies and stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tonight. Please let me know your thoughts. I love connecting with you and hearing what you think. And let's pray for Summer, that she's found very soon and that there's healing and closure for those involved. Love and blessings, guys.